Hmm. 3 to divine, plus 3 to arcane. 170. I don't want to spend the money right now. Let's do this event and then we'll come back with the money we got from it. That we get. I do not like how low we are on an espionage though. It makes me nervous. I might go ahead and build the cobalt thing now. Alright. Main square, we need some food. Actually, no, I was gonna build the cobalt thing in the town that's closest to the kobolds. It's not a city already, or a town already. I've been dreading this quest because, like, I'm gonna have to keep the undead chick alive again. Let's give another 9. Cool.
In due time.
Okay. Who do I not want to bring so I can bring her? Alright. It'll be fine without him. Kind of. Maybe. Yeah, because we're going to somewhere undead, because he can do damage. Yeah, I'm gonna turn that place into a town. I changed my mind. So we're gonna. What's the event? Can't do anything. Lindsay's out. I want to turn this place into a town. And then we can build the Kobold quarters here. Because it makes sense, because it's closest to the Kobold Kingdom. We'll build the Kobold and Goblin quarters together. We'll build it like over here. No, I don't want it next to the school. Yeah, it's far enough away from the school. Maybe they'll go to school. But let's get the money first. Do that. I can gain in relation and espionage, the 2 things that I need. Thieves or Assassin's Guild? I think I screwed up on being able to build Both of those. Pretty sure I lost the ability to do Assassin's Guild, so. Okay. That town is going to be kind of the pit of my kingdom. I'll have goblins, kobolds, everything. Brothels. Oops. Alright, so let's do this. Teleport. Here. Forgot to pull her weapons out from the weapons she can use from the chest. Dang.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Oh, hey, buddy. Ugh. Need to save money. Okay, necrotic. That wouldn't be good if we were against the undead.
May we have a moment of respite?
So you never change at all, Jaythorn? You're like a fly stuck in amber. No wrinkles, no scars. Even your hair is always the same length. That's so strange.
But you change, Valerie. Your beauty fades by the day. Don't you want to hold on to it forever? I could help.
Okay. The woman seems incredibly old and haggard. It's hard to believe that she can move at all, let alone reach such a wild place, but her eyes burn with cold flame. Why do you disturb a poor pilgrim? I live perhaps my final day. She suddenly trails off, upon casting her eyes upon Jethel. Has Urgatha heard my pleas? I've been waiting for so long. Jethel doesn't seem pleased. She looks upon the old woman's pale and wrinkled face, barely concealing her disgust. You may call me Jethel. You guessed correctly. We serve the same goddess. In case you are unaware, a servant of Pharasma is chasing you. We could help you, but first I would know who you are and how you might prove yourself useful. The woman nods lifelessly. I'm not surprised. The servant of Pharasma have chased me for nearly 40 years. My name is Taneka. What do you want to know? Who are you, and what do you do? What do you want from us? This cannot be explained in one breath. Long ago, I was powerful priestess of Urgatha, the leader of a secret coven. I had everything: power, beauty, wealth, admirers ready to sacrifice their lives for me. I possessed the secrets of Urgatha's ritual, which grants the power to overcome death and old age. It demands the lifeblood relatives as payment, but what of that? I had given birth to 2 adorable daughters and raised them in anticipation of the day when their youth and beauty would become mine. But I was naive and overconfident of my power. I met an enemy who destroyed me and all my hopes. A second youth. But why would you care about the grief of a dying old woman? I still know the secret of the ritual, and I can share it with you, O beautiful Jethel. The ritual will grant you immense power. You can even become a living being again, if that is your wish. All I ask in return is that you prolong my life. Raise me as undead. The other road to eternities are closed to me. I do not wish to die. Offer sounds tempting. What do you say, Digas? You want Jethel to kill you and raise you as undead. In return, you offer her the secret of ritual. I do not think killing me is necessary. Only pathetic remnants of my former strength supports my body. I need only loosen my grip, and my will come swiftly. My end will come swiftly. Yes, in exchange, I offer a priceless secret. It can be used in many ways to grant new power or even a new life. Jethel, I made my decision. I'm listening. Despite her detached composure, the undead elf looks at you with tension in her eyes. She lowers her voice to whisper. We might accept this offer, then change the agreement after I possess the secret ritual. Okay. Knowledge is knowledge. Agreement. Receive the secret, then I will decide if we should use it or not. Tanek looks at you and insane hope in her eyes. Then, with a trembling hand, she pulls a large scroll from under the rock and hands it to Jethel. I almost did not expect. I yearn to know that I have endless years ahead instead of imminent end. Give me a chance, sister, and be blessed by our goddess. Taneka's eyes slowly fade as her life force leaves her decrepit body. A moment later, the woman falls heavily to the ground, dead. Jethel looks at the corpse with disgust. Now I propose we learn the carry-on to the ravens. This pathetic, weak, ugly creature was unworthy of Argatha, and even more unworthy of a gift of unlife. Valerie frowns. We had an agreement. No matter how vicious a creature this woman might be, the word given to her is as valuable as the word given to the most righteous people. This woman was a monster in life, and she'll be even worse than dead. It might seem cruel, but in my opinion, we shouldn't revive her. I'm relieved that we can always find common language, yes. Let's move on. I'm impatient to study the ritual and hunt down the half-blood. Enno. The false merchant Enno walks towards you with an easy gait. His calm friendliness has disappeared like a mask fallen from his face. His clothes are decorated with easily distinguished symbols of Pharasma. I hope you settle all your affairs with the poor exile. It was an interesting show to watch. Time to explain yourself, Eneo. I don't have much to add beyond what I'm sure you already know. I'm the Inquisitor of Pharasma, and for almost 40 years I've hunted the undead and cultists of Urgatho for the glory of the Lady Graves. I destroyed Tanek's coven, I trekked Jethel into the wasteland and killed her, only to find that her hideous deity returned her to life. To put an end to that, I made use of the company of naive young elves from a camp near the Thorn River. What a stunning frankness, Jethel smiles lightly, almost affectionately. Did you imagine, half-blood, that those young could handle me and the king? Do not be so naive, Inquisitor. I have no hope that the young elves would kill either you or the defender. No, I wanted you, rather to kill them. And I did all I could to inform the relatives in Kionin of the horrible violence you perpetrated. Retribution will follow, sooner or later. One lonely warrior of Pharasma may fail, but 3 elven clans will find a way to exact their revenge. There's no way out of Jethel, not for you. So, you deliberately sent the elves to their death. They weren't undead. What grudge did you hold with them? They were a necessary tool to complete my mission. In my youth, I thought the best decision was a bold, honest battle against apostates and monsters, but I learned much from the struggle against Teneka. There's nothing worse than seeing an abomination rise before you and being powerless to strike it down. One must use any method available. Nothing can justify the blood on your hands and the stains on your conscience. The law is strict, but I should not take the innocent lives to punish the guilty. Did you track down Jethel right after her expulsion from Kionin? Immediately after the trial, I was born in Kionin and often visited. It is uncommon for high society ladies to perform ritual murders for the glory of the dark goddess, so the news quickly reached my native Green Gold, and soon came to me. When later the elves sentenced her to exile rather than the usual life imprisonment, well, how could I stay away? It's well and good, but why do you come here now? I want to talk to you, King. My hunt for Jethel is the greatest work of my life. She is a living example of the hideous essence of the cult of Urgathwe, the distortion of the world order, and the triumphant of the evil inventions of her vile deity. Even if I die today, the story will end the way I intended. But you can still change your own world in it, Digas. You've been playing games for too long, Zealot. I know Plows allows himself to smile for the first time. I've heard this so many times, even among the priests of Pharasma. There are many who think my faith is insane, and my method cruel and excessive, but this fate of the Inquisitor's loneliness. Well, I'm gonna side with Jethel. You're a dangerous fanatic. Innocent people have died because of you. More blood may be spilled. I'm gonna go with neutral evil. I hear nothing for such nonsense, but I can control Jethel, and that's more than I can say for you, which is unfortunate for you. Everything will proceed as I have planned, with or without me. Okay. Well, this is just a little bit of a thing. We don't have... Okay. I'm going to send you back here. Do this. Actually, cast haste.
This should do it. Bring it!
Right.
Ha! Easy. Pretty. Break a sweat.
Out of our story.
You never had a chance.
Strike worth a legend.
All according to plan.
I wrote it like I saw it.
Alright. I want to see... Yeah. So the story ends with an incredible duel between the Inquisitor of Pharasma and the Inquisitor of Urgoth. king had to choose a side in the epic confrontation and came out victorious as always. Follow regardless of inside. Okay, cool. Discover what's going on. One of the kingdoms has to face. Okay. Whole chain of inexplicable and unfortunate events has struck settlement. Tools and foodstuff keep disappearing. Hunters get lost in the forest. They know like the back of their hands. Homesteads. Okay. Discover what's going on. A trial of misfortune. Once we get back to my kingdom, I'll check out that. Cool. That was easy enough.
So it's come to this.
Charge forwards! Hey, wait for me!
Oh, you have just a bunch of spells. Leave this way? Can.
As it should be.
Yeah. I don't like those encounters where there's more like money involved at the end. Sad days. Alright, let's do a quick save real quick.
Speak. Tashani Savitur.
In due time.
We will prevail.
Wretched things.
Oh shit, we're surrounded. Okay.
Tear them apart! A calculated risk.
Stay behind me.
Actually, no.
Let us
I want
strike
you to go
as
here.
one.
Despicable.
No, that's gonna hurt her. Let's not do that. It's one of these fights. So annoying.
Request.
Greater invisibility. Enemy dead. Blow. Hmm.
And Lindsay was called forth.
Actually, we need will saves. And then do this. Then this.
I'm listening.
You will cast this. Alright.
All according. Enemy approaching.
Let us strike as one.
Unworthy.
What do you mean no more spending? Actually, let's take these
should
guys.
do it. They go down.
What's wrong with spending? Oh, I hate having Lindsay getting attacked like that. They bought another comic book. Hey, you're gonna be working overtime just for your comic books.
What troubles you?
I say just for, like it's a bad thing.
Something bothering you?
Actually, no. Blessing. Okay.
Share your will.
Betrays
Okay.
them.
All according to plan. This should do it.
Let us strike as one.
Calm down. Not dead yet.
Okay. Should be playing this song. God, this hitting for 6 wisdom is so ridiculous. Oh yeah, there was a UFC fight tonight. It could have been good. I just didn't watch it. I completely spaced. Lost track of time. Well, I mean, I've kind of got a sense of time. That wasn't on my mind.
Share your trouble.
Kind of annoyed by like a situation I'm in right now. I don't know how to resolve it. No, it's like so I'm gonna be working the polls this week, and
All according
I'm just a machine inspector. Well, I don't know if it's just
Serves you
I'm
right.
serving as a machine inspector. So there's a position called Judge of Elections that kind of oversees everything, and I've been trying to get in touch with them, and like I haven't been able to. And I have all the voting materials for our polling place. I'm trying to get in touch with her to like tell her that they gave it to me. It's becoming a whole predicament.
Betrays them.
Right here, my friend.
And I'm a little upset too because they didn't contact me. Oh, it's just a temporary job. It's just for the election. And they didn't contact me either, like before this week, which I find kind of odd. But the thing is like in the training, they don't say who is supposed to pick up the materials. They just say someone on the board is supposed to pick up the materials, and I'm on the board. So I was like, no, even not even in training. In training, they say I need to pick up the materials because, like, as machine inspector, the key fob to open the voting machines is in the materials, as well as the codes I need to start the voting machines. So, like, I need that material, and I thought it was supposed to be, I thought it was supposed to be just like every person gets kind of like their own box, but they gave me the whole box, and I'm like, are you sure I should be checking out? They're like, oh yeah, fine, as long as someone from, like, you know, the board gets it. I was like, okay. And then this lady comes up to me. She was like, oh, you're from this ward? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, we have a letter that you need to give to your judge. And I was like, okay, weird. So, like, I looked at the letter, and it's important that the judge sees this letter. But yeah, I called, got no answer. I waited all day. I'm gonna call her again tomorrow and see if I can get an answer. If not, I'm gonna call the Board of Elections and be like, hey,
Retire.
is this person even alive still? Because, like, they're not communicating with me. Yeah, it's kind of been on the back of my mind. But I have the election materials. I know that come election day, I could go and I can open up the polling place. I know all this stuff, so I'm not worried about that. It just, I mean, even though this is my first time, like, I studied everything enough that I'm pretty comfortable with handling my end of it. It just would be really nice that the person who's supposed to be overseeing my position, as well as, like, the other 4 people, it'd be nice if they were communicating with us. Seeing as the election is in 3 days. Oh yeah, I'm really into politics. Like, I was politically involved back when I lived in Arizona. I haven't been so much since I lived in Philly, but this is mine to get back into politics. I don't really prescribe to a party or anything, but yeah. Government be effective at something, right? especially if you've ever been trained for poll working. I don't know how other states do it, or like cities do it, but I feel it was kind of lacking. And I feel like if you had done this before and you've been through that training, you would know kind of like the level it's at, and you would reach out to everyone on the board and be like, hey, I just want to make sure you know this, this, and this, and just kind of coordinate everything. But I don't know. Oh, no. If you don't pick a party, you can't vote in the primary, but everybody can vote in the president election. Everybody. It's just the primaries in a lot of states, including Pennsylvania, you have to be in the party in order to do primary. Oh, dude, you worked in the census and they skipped half your training? Yeah, right? Like, oh, man. Okay, so Half-Elf is clearly embarrassed to be in the palace. He shuffles his feet and bows his head. Greetings, right? Okay, it's Cheryl. Okay. Oh, and about Morholm. I reported the crimes to guards. However, someone must have warned him he escaped. He has eyes and ears everywhere. I'm afraid of the personal warden is the only one who can find him. I pray Torag not to let him make more mischief before the guards find him, and I pray you don't let him go unpunished. I'll kill him. The primary is the election that happens at the beginning of any election year. So, like, every other year, there's a primary before the actual general election, and that's when the parties pick their candidates that they run against each other. Okay, I'm happy to see you, O most worthy one. A new gift and new stories await you. Still, I urge you to visit me at my workshop. I wish to share with you the rumor that may lead me to quit your realm so suddenly embark on an adventure. Please do not take too long. Okay, fine. Please accept this fine item. It's been crafted according to the tradition of Rudran craftsmanship. Even in the impossible kingdoms, possession something so precious would inspire awe and envy. I thank you. I would gladly relate a story from my homeland that inspired me to create this, but alas, due to another pressing matter, that's fine. Dude, you know, like if you're not heavily into politics and you only pay attention around the election time, I would highly, highly recommend just being independent. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is +2 to Halfling Sling, generate its wielder, a +2 morale bonus. Huh. It's an interesting weapon. We'll just keep it for posterity. Clockwork Pendant. This pendant grants its wearer +10 bonus to movement speed. Slow and haste spells cast by the wearer have their duration increased by half as if affected by an external spell speed or extend spell speed. That's cool. Who would I give that to? Your protection +3. Lindsay, what do you have? I think I want you to have this. Protection 3. I don't really care about you. I'm probably never using you again. Alright, I'll give you this. Here. There's a new scythe. Deep slumber spell once per day. I'll keep that around. Other than that, this stuff is all sellable. Yep. I'll keep this one just in case. It supports the Second Amendment. Hey, that's fine. Yeah, I don't want to get too much into politics, but I do follow it. But then I play games to get away from it. Because especially now, it's not even worth talking about. Elite? Nice. Yeah, dude. I'm thinking about just diving into that again, doing Elite VR.
As it should be.
I haven't been using my VR much. Like, I've been playing Beat Saber, kind of as if I don't work out that day, a fill-in workout, which I don't know if that's real. But I need to play more VR. Because it's just, what the hell? Oh, it's Stagger +1. Wow, these are priced really well. Alright. Cool. Alright, man. Okay. Forgot to turn on my mic. Here we go. What happened? Okay. Why did I lose audio? Hmm. Interesting. Lost audio for some reason. Let's save and reload real quick. Did I mute audio here? Nope. Didn't mute audio here. Nope. It has no audio. It's really quiet. Wow, it's taking a while to close. What is wrong game? Oh, wow. This is a bad crash. So, game is closed, but it's stuck on my monitor. Okay, there we go. Do I get audio back? No, we lost audio. Oh, wait, it's gotta load. No. Is it all my audio that I've lost? No. Like that music comes in. It's just the game audio I have lost. Master volume went to 0. I don't even know how you do that. Okay. Like, I didn't go into the sound menu. I just somehow muted the audio. That makes all the sense. Okay. So where were we? So we can do 1001 question stories, bloody craft. He was about to be arrested. He was to escape right as Cheryl was leading the guards. The warden should be entrusted with the search. This matter is too delicate for regular guards, especially since time is of the essence. Morhelm might want to silence poor helpless Cheryl. Arrest Morhelm. So, and that has a time component on it. Oh, whoops. They're just talking. Okay. Okay.
All according to plan.
So, who's my warden again? Fight for a little bit more. I think I'm getting tired too. Anyways, that might have been a good stopping point, but let's figure out where I'm supposed to send my warden. And who my warden is. Here it is. Who can do this? One of these three. I want Amory to do it. Where's Amory at? She's 2 days away. Okay. It'll only require 80 BP. That's fine. Work that over. We'll do that later. I think it's 125 for the goblins, right? 10,000. The goblins here. Ethel's library. The shrine. Oh, that's what we told the guy we'd let him build. Aren't any places left to build next to a shrine though? I guess I could put them out here. So 100 would be 8,000. I can do that. Let's do that real quick. This is gonna be like the city where you don't want to really live. Nope, no, not this city. This city. I already have an Ethel's library, don't I? Maybe not. Okay. Alright, let's go figure out that one quest. Why? She would leave or something? I can't remember. Alright. Cool. Trying to think of which place I need to see her at. I think it's one of the furthest north towns. It's not the Shire. But she's in North Gnarlmarch.
In due time.
Nope, nope, nope. Maybe not. Nope. I made this mistake just a little bit ago. That's alright. It's teleportation. It doesn't take that much time. Mysterious Shrine. Kinda wanna go visit that. Teleport.
As it should be.
There you are. Cheyenne. I'm pleased to see you, Older One. What brings you to me? What happened this time? Cheyenne hands you a heavily worn piece of metal. I've heard, O Worthy One, that there lives a storyteller in your realm whose eyes can see into the memory of things. Please show him this. It was the tip of a spear that once belonged to my esteemed ancestor Vu Balak. He was fated to live in interesting times, for it was then that Kothaga's, the dance of disharmony, spawn of Rovagug, attacked Budra. A million Vudrani came out to fight him, and amongst them was the cleric of Vu Balak. Dude, you're just making up words at this point. Kothagaz walked across the ocean. The water reached only up to the waist. He was covered by a mighty shell like a beetle, and the slime from his body covered the water like fat, calming the waves around him, and his many mouths dripped with spittle. Kothagaz cried out, and the putridity of its breath made a creature faint, bleeding from his eyes, their nose, and their ears, while the monster's saliva burned through everything it touched. Trust me, for I have seen stones that were touched by the poison. Vu Balak, however, called forth the priests, and they cast their magic. The ocean boiled, and Kothagaz began to boil in it. The whale came surfacing all around him as he screamed, and Chitin hardened, becoming more and more fragile until it finally cracked and crumbled. Finally, Vu Balak saw the heart of the dance of harmony. He jumped so high that his mighty body blocked the sun, and the stars shone in the day. He then threw the spear and shattered Kothagaz's heart into 101 pieces. We have managed to gather some of the pieces, but not all. Perhaps if the storyteller were to read the spear's memories, he would be able to tell where the other pieces went. Then I might collect them to honor my mighty ancestor. That would be a truly heroic deed. Perhaps the path of heroes is what fate truly has in store for me. Yeah. I keep feeling, though, that he has a different name every time I hear about him. It feels like... Because I've read books on him, right? The great, like, worm that was supposed to be, like, destroying... Or Rovgug? Okay. Yeah, he was like supposedly like some worm or something that like is a planet eater. Basically the gods came like, but then I've also heard different stories of how the gods came together to defeat him too. It feels like every group has kind of a story around it. This great worm. Or great beast, whatever it is. Let's go to storyteller.
All according to plan.
I brought some relics. Any worthy of a story? Forgot to talk to them. Virgiani asked me to show you the spear fragment. Can you tell me anything about its owner? Storyteller touches the spear fragment when he speaks. His voice sounds weak and depressed. We've been walking for 10 days. The caravan owner is swearing and scratching himself. Seems the fat Slav got some bad mosquito bites. I think he's regretting his decision to bypass the border guard through a smuggler route. Half the porters have upset stomachs, likely due to the drinking water from the stream I found yesterday. I guess there must have been some reason it reeked. I walked in the front, trying to seem respectful and intimidating. Otherwise, they might realize I'm lost. The trouble really started 3 days ago. I only saw the map once, but there was definitely supposed to be one path here. We found dozens. Only an experienced guide would be able to find the right one. Of course, the caravan owner thinks I'm such a guide. I told him I've been running this route for 10 years. I know every bush by name. I really need the money. They won't let me run up my tab anymore. There's a whistle, then hooting from the bushes. Bandits. 12 ragged, filthy people with rotted teeth and sunken eyes. Not much worse than us now. Rise from the bushes. Their hair and clothes a mess. I raise my spear and scream threatening, which usually scares off the weaker ones, but not these bandits. They get close, I swing, I stumble. I'm falling and I hear something crack. Did I break a bone? No, it was the spear. I fell across the shaft, practically sitting on it, and it snapped. The bandits attacked. His bludgeon spinning overhead. Terrified, I crawl under the cart. Members of the caravans are being slaughtered around me like cattle. It was an evil hour when they chose to trust me. Balbolic, a sham guide, a drunkard, and a sad coward who inadvertently led them all straight into a bandit ambush. Storyteller hands back from spear fragments, his forehead covered in sweat. What an unpleasant memory. I do not believe the owner of this piece was a meritorious individual. I'll leave you to your legends. Storyteller doesn't answer, his unseeing eyes staring blankly ahead. Okay, so this guy definitely didn't kill Rovigug. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure everyone has an interpretation of what they feel happened. No, it's south. Right? Yeah. Oop. Wait. Teleport. South Narrow Marshes, accept. Right. I got that much. I have a feeling if this game gets as epic as it could, I would have to fight it. Which would be probably a really hard fight. It's like a dragon fight. It's like one of those really legendary fights. I'm gonna tell the truth. Storyteller has seen that your ancestor was a coward and a failure, not a hero. I'm sorry. River frowns, but her face lightens and a smile comes across her lips. This is not news that I expected here, and still, it is the news all that bad. For it means that I need not sail back to Varudra, but may instead continue my work here. This reminds me of a story. Keep listening in silence. Maharaja Kibib Sald etched his glorious name in history when he conquered the kingdom of the genies. He spied on the descendants of the goddess Janasini, the Garuda, and saw how they charmed the snakes by playing their flutes. Through these secrets, he discovered a way to charm and bind the genie to his will. Kabit Sald openly declared his new masters for all to hear, and in doing so, insulted their race. Emissaries from the Vizian of the genie of air, came to demand an apology from the wizards, only to be turned into slaves and their bodies bound in chains. It was then that the Malik of the Fire Jinn, known as the Ifrit, sent his assassins. They hid in the clouds of dust and approached as the mage was sleeping. But they did not know the wise man had taught his servants his technique. While he slept, the servants captured the assassins. The Pasha of the Shaitans, also known as Earth Genies, sent its finest warrior, Tumor, to destroy the destroyer of palaces. But its command of Kavitsal's palace fell and turned to rubble. The cunning wizard foresaw this, however, and fled to the island of Jilmari. Timur chased after him, forgetting the waters of the ocean could not hold his heavy flesh. As he began to drown, Kavitsal sent ships to save him, but only after Tomorrow swore to serve him. As compensation for the palace he destroyed, the genie was commanded to build the pure temple of the Maharaja, which was 100 times more beautiful than the one he destroyed. Trust me, for I have seen this temple with my very eyes. Keep listening. One of the royal merits of the genies of water came to free his brethren from captivity. Of all the genies, he was the wisest. For 3 days, Kabir competed with the genie in the art of poetry. At the end of the third night, Kabir was so exhausted that he was about to take a ceremonial dagger to open his own veins. The genie, however, was first to admit defeat and entered a copper vessel, which the wizard then sealed. It was thus the history came to be known as the Maharaja as the great conqueror of genies. As you can see, your actions may be seen as... Yeah, I don't feel like this applies to what's going on, but here we go. As you can see, your actions may be seen as valorous by some and heinous by others, for it is still forbidden to utter the name Khabib Sald among the genie. So much is it hated. Let others think of you as a villain or a lunatic. All that truly matters is that enlightenment and devotion to your own goals blooms in your heart. It is decided. I shall continue to work on my path to mastery and will create a masterpiece which will immortalize my name. May it serve you well, whether I be praised for it by your friends or cursed for it by your enemies. Okay.
Follow my lead.
Wow. Alright. So I think I'm going to call this my stopping point. I'm getting tired. And I don't think there's something that I'm going directly for at this moment. Go to the Shire though, because I want to keep exploring out in that direction. I have a bunch of stuff up here. And then I've got a mysterious shrine down here. And like all of this is undiscovered. I've got loyalty over here. So I'm going to do some work in this area the next time I play, which will be tomorrow. And I'll probably play late afternoon, early evening. Hopefully I can figure this whole bowling place thing out. Other than that... Oh, wow, I didn't even claim this either. That's +4 to loyalty. That's easy. Other than that, yeah, I'm probably going to play a little bit of Warframe after I play a little bit of Division. It'll probably be a long day of gaming. But it'll be fun, nonetheless. I have nothing planned for tomorrow. Thank God. I've been so busy all week. Dagras, thanks again for the guidance. Being along in this journey. I also want to thank Nugget for stopping by. And I know Rio, you stopped by earlier. I appreciate it. I want to thank everyone who's watching the VODs on YouTube. It's cool to see the numbers go up. I never expect it, but it's always nice. But yeah, I'll bring up this video and I'll have it up tomorrow. And I've got to fix the playlist too. I haven't added these videos to the YouTube playlist. They're all on the playlist for Twitch, which I might have to delete anyways because of the DMCA stuff. So, good times. Oh, that's crazy. Harem's god is waiting for Robogug to become loose once more so it can consume all creation, leaving just him. Huh. Seems like a fantastic god. Very benevolent. Alright. But for tonight, on BS, I'm out. Have a good night, everyone.